Why, hello everyone. We are starting a new game, Mario Kart World.
Mike.
What? Got all the characters I don't have yet. What?
You suck.
I suck.
I'm gonna win.
Oh, Tyler, if only you could back up anything you ever say with facts.
Can I not be a penguin?
You have to push the right button, bro. Oh, there you go.
Oh.
It's
okay.
almost like if you push one button and that's not the button, you should try to push the button. Amazing how that works. Absolutely amazing.
I am clicking B for a purpose.
B's not it.
Wait.
Our audio seemed to work a lot better last time when the mics were pointed away from each other.
Ugh, gross. Nasty.
You are gross.
That's disgusting.
That's disgusting. Dare you?
These are great.
How dare you, sir?
A.
All right. We're not gonna do any 50cc. Not in this house.
Nuh-uh.
Not with.
Bring it.
Not with two adults here.
All right. So how do you play?
You hit gas, and
Which is
I'm gonna let you figure that out. Haha, you burned out.
dang it.
LZL or whatever the second button is, that's how you use your items. Literally just two buttons. Ooh.
Cool. Whee.
So once and for all, we are going to determine, or everyone's going to finally see why Tyler never plays any games. Other than we played Mario Wonder together.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, am I in 7th?
Is Tyler secretly good at a game? And he's never told me this. Because he refused. He did not. Oh my goodness, this track. This has not been good. Has Tyler been practicing on Mario Kart 8?
Oh, no.
Oh my gosh. Can I get hit by every single thing, please? That's what I would like. If I don't get hit by every single object, I'm going to be mad.
Whee.
Look, Tyler's competent. Look, he's doing things. Oh my gosh. Thank you, baby, whatever your name is.
Whee.
Look at you doing good things.
Third.
Look at that.
Wow.
Look at that. Tyler finally did something.
I know. Was it like that? I did well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Boom. Mike,
Look, we
didn't I tell
need
you?
a bigger monitor. Can you tell me what? Hasn't been the first stream in months. We streamed last week, TJ.
Huh?
Oh, it's a cluster. Don't you worry, because there's more. If you noticed, there's a lot more people on the track too. So it's a whole thing, and it's crazy town.
Oh, aw, man. 15th.
Oh my gosh.
Whee!
Oh my gosh. I don't know if this was the I've been trying to figure out which cart I like the best. I don't know if I like this one very much. Has not been the bane, not been the boon to my Mario Kart career that I thought it would be.
You're only in first place.
Yeah, I don't know what happened that first one. It was just, I guess a circle track is my kryptonite.
I am gripping this thing super hard.
As hard as I can. You feel? Does that make you feel like you're? Does that make you feel like you're going faster? That happens to me too, where I'm like, why is my thumb hurt? And then I realize, oh. I'm gripping it much too hard.
Oh, what a punk. Whee. All right, sorry.
I feel like, and I have felt this way forever, ever since I first saw this item, I think the blue shell is nonsense. It absolutely is ridiculous that there is a lack of benefit to being in first place. It's basically if socialists decided to make a video game because they were too mad that the capitalists were doing too well. That's how I feel about the blue shell.
Oh,
the blue shell is the worst item in the game. I think it is so stupid. Like, if you want to take first, get better.
Uh-oh.
How could I use logarithms in the real world? Logarithms are used to normalize data. So, like, in order to make it easier for your data to be seen, understood, and know what percent of the data falls in a certain. So, like, how I make light bulbs, and I want to know. I have a standard deviation of 12 hours, and if I want to know how many light bulbs will last from there above and there below, that's where you use logarithms. That's a real world application of logarithms. Usually it's data driven.
Oh, missed it.
I'm sure there's other logarithms really too are just used to, like, they're mostly for like solving an equation, I would probably say. So it's like,
why am I so slow? Go.
Why am I so terrible at this game?
Mike,
You had your one shot and you did it, and now you're complaining like a big baby
there
boy.
we go.
Oh my gosh. This game. Also shouldn't play freaking worlds I haven't played before. Look how beautiful the Switch 2 is though, bro. It is disgusting how beautiful it looks right now. Admittedly, in my opinion,
Whoa, thread the needle.
you really could have called this the Nintendo Switch Pro. But obviously it's like, no, the Switch was 7 years old. So it is like the second thing. But they also should have called it the Super Nintendo Switch. They missed out on one of the best opportunities they possibly could have had. And it is annoying to me, to say the least.
Oh, this dude is taking all my coins.
Where is the first? How far ahead are they? Who's ever in first place?
You are in first place.
Oh, now I'm in first place. I wasn't for a long time. I couldn't figure out who was in first. God, we need a bigger monitor. Muy difícil. Just so you know as well, you can ride rails in this game.
Oh, no.
Ugh, I hate
Back
you.
and forth. Whee! Go.
I hate you. The key
Awesome.
to. I think that's who it is.
Come on, man.
Oh, you stupid butthead.
Was that me?
No.
Oh.
I almost took third, though. Someone almost came in behind me. Yeah, but blue shells are the worst item in the whole Mario Kart series. It's so dumb. Like, that's why I'm really not like, I don't really care to play online. Because I just feel like it's so ridiculous that you try to be in first. And then you have to come up with strategies to not be in first. Like, that's so stupid. Like, I like the racing part of the game, not the chaos of the game. But alas, Shigeru Miyamoto disagrees.
Well, I'm 18th place, so.
No.
Yeah.
Get better. How about that?
All right.
Will you?
16th.
I did it. That's growth.
I am better. Ow. Oh. Come on now.
So apparently most people love being the cow online. So like there's a cow now. And so like there will be whole games of people just being the cow. I don't know if I like this cart very much. We're gonna have to see how it goes.
Well, you keep winning first place, so.
Well, I only won first place once. Because freaking buttface back there snagged it from me at the end. And I guarantee you that there's a blue shell coming my way sometime in this course. Ugh, crap. Ah, crap. Ah, crap. Dingleberries.
Where am I supposed to go?
Nozzleberries. I know. That is the whole thing, isn't it? Ah, take that, Tyler. You're the worst.
You're mean.
I'm the best. Please hit that like button. We need all the help we can get. Because let's be honest, we are terrible.
I agree. We're not very great at this game. Ugh.
Had the aspect ratio off in the stream. Sorry about that. I just fixed it. Yeah, see, I didn't even win. Lucky two. Oh, we tied for first. Oh, okay.
No, you
That
got
works.
first.
No, I tied for first. 51 and 51.
Oh.
Pay attention.
Well done, Mike.
Stop being the worst. Okay, so now we're going to do the new thing. Have you ever done this?
No.
Of course not, because you don't have a Switch 2.
Well,
You porzy.
who's Rosalina?
Russelina? Did you just call her Russelina?
Rosalina.
Rosalina.
Oh. Okay.
All right. She was in Super Mario Galaxy.
Okay.
So she was kind of like the female, because she wasn't like captured, but she was the one who needed like Mario's help.
Uh-huh.
See, a cow.
Yeah, cool. I'll be the cow.
You'll be
Everyone, I'm the cow.
You'll be the moo.
Sweet. All right.
Sure. Okay. This is how Knockout Tour works.
Okay.
You have to be a certain amount of place when you cross the finish line, or you are eliminated. So they just keep narrowing down more and more the field as the race goes on. So by the end of it, I think you have to be the top 4.
How do you hit that?
I've actually not done a good job getting the boost. It's been a struggle.
Come on. Whee!
Tyler enjoying himself. Tyler having a fun old time.
There seems to be only like 2 buttons. Oh my gosh.
There are only 2 buttons.
They took my thing twice.
There's 3 buttons. There's the drift,
Oh my god.
the item button, and gas. There's technically reverse as well, but I don't know that I've ever needed to reverse in this game. Usually you either got hit by something. Oh, so close. Either you got hit by something or like you fell off the cliff, so you usually don't.
I am terrible at this game.
Yeah, I know. You had one lucky bout, one lucky thing.
I don't know
And
what
I know
happened.
you. I know you. You're like, oh yeah, look at this. I'm gonna show up, Mike.
Like,
That's neat. You can do as many front flips and back flips as you want. I, for some reason, will never catch up to this person ahead of me. Ever. I am incapable of passing this person. I have not, I guess my speed is just too slow. Too slow is what my name should be from now on. Oh, okay, good. Blue shell. Hit that thing. You're the worst. Whoever you were. But yeah, the effects, everything is so good on the Switch too. It looks so pretty.
come on, man.
Yeah, amazing how you would think that a cow might struggle driving a cart. Oh, brother. I think it's just funny that they even did it.
They even
had the cow. That's pretty funny to me. Like, what does everyone love? Everyone loves the cow.
Whoa!
Put her in. Why not? We're a fun-loving company, not at all evil and money-grubbing, and make all these policies that make all of our player base wish that we would just, you know, stop being heartless, soulless. That's not us. Right, TJ? Right. Ah, I have no idea what's going on. I'm going down the hill.
Whoa.
Okay. Out.
Whoa!
I do not like this. Oh, of course. Blue shell to the rescue. Freaking blue shells. Because my brother-in-law apparently was telling me, and I don't know if he's right, but he was saying, so they have this way of sharing games amongst a family like network, right? So I'm in a family network with TJ and Jason and his brother Casey. And so we can like share games on the Switch. Unreal.
Come on. Come on.
And so we can
I
share.
can see him. He's like right there.
We can share games on the Switch. But what that meant is like, I don't think you could play a game that someone else had if they were playing their Switch. It was something weird. So then they came up with virtual cards. So it's like, okay, you can play. It's like you're borrowing the virtual version, like how you used to borrow like a game from like your friend, right? But it's all virtual. Well, apparently you have to be within Bluetooth distance of the person whose game you want to share in order to share their game. Does that make sense? Instead of just like online, which was like what this system was before, even if you couldn't play it if the other person was online. And it's like, to me, that's so silly. Like, that's so dumb. Like, and they just Nintendo'd it up. They couldn't they couldn't just let us have fun. Oh, gonna happen again, Tyler.
Whee! Oh, come on.
Oh, you stupid. Oh, I hate it. Oh, okay, that's not the last lap. But yeah, so it's just like there's no purpose then in that way of having like a family share, other than like perhaps splitting the cost of just how much things cost. And so it's like and it's even amongst Switch 2 and Switch 1. So like I transferred all my data to the Switch 2, and in order to play games that I had on the Switch 1, I had to, oh my gosh.
Come on.
I had to borrow the virtual game card from my own Switch 2 to play games on my Switch 1. Like it's crazy. Like the system is just stupid.
Right.
Do it, Tyler.
Come on,
Get
man.
first place.
Come on. Oh, I hit the car.
You're still in first. You're fine. Okay, this is the last thing, I think.
Last lap.
Yeah, it's the last part of the thing.
All right.
Okay. You can do it. I believe in you, Tyler.
Thank you.
I'm rooting for you.
Oh,
Tyler, don't mess this up.
Oh no.
You're messing everything up.
Who's the little speedster?
I don't know.
Whee! Oh my gosh, I'm messing it up.
You are messing it up.
Bro!
How are you messing
is
this
this
up?
guy?
You were in first.
I don't know who this guy is!
It's just the computer.
You keep telling me that like as though I had some sort of control over it.
Oh, you pushed me off the edge. You did have control of it. You're the one controlling your person.
I will avenge you!
I will avenge you.
Oh, stay on target!
This game.
Get him. Oh.
I got that blue shell way too late. Way too late.
Dang it.
Yeah, so that's basically how that works. You're like, I was in first place for a while, and then I lost it.
Oh. That was a good race.
Oh, brother.
Okay, so explain to me what they're doing wrong again.
Okay, so we used to just be able to share games, like me, TJ, Jason, and Casey. We all logged into or gave the password to each other so that we could play each other's games on our Switch. So what would happen is we'd say, oh, your family, someone in your family has Mario Odyssey, and it all has to be digital. Like it has to be the digital version of the game.
Sure.
So, now let's do Knockout Tour again. That seemed to be the funner one.
Yeah.
I'll be a fish. I'll be a cheap.
I will be.
And so
I'll be Peach.
And so I could play their game on my account because I had logged in using their thing. I logged in using their thing, their password and stuff, and their ID, so I could download their game and then I could play it on my system. Okay. So that was like the family sharing aspect. Well, they came up with this new system where it was like, okay, you can digitally share your game like a virtual game card. So like, you know, in the old days when you had an N64, you could give your cartridge, right, to your friend and they could play your N64 game, right? And so, you know, just obviously just the laws of physics, as it were. And like, you know, as long as there was a save file that they could use, they could borrow your game and do it. So that's like the idea of it. So you are able to give a virtual version, a virtual game card of the game that you own to whoever you want to let play it, right? Here's the problem though. There's two problems. One problem is that you only get to do it for 2 weeks. So you hand it out, you give they take the virtual game card and it goes back to the owner in 2 weeks. And it's like, well, that's maybe not a bad idea because maybe you'd forget like who you lent it to. And then it's like, how do you get it back unless you can just automatically do it? Whatever. The real problem is that in order, like we used to be able to do that just online. So like whoever was online, like they just, you know, you just were there, you just played the game. And as long as they weren't playing it, you could play it. Well, on this time now, you have to, you actually have to be sitting next to each other in order for them to lend out their virtual game card to you. So so now it's like you have to go to their house or meet somewhere and have both of you have your console together, and then you can borrow it, you know, quotation marks, borrow it,
right?
And then then that's how you do it. So it like literally defeats the whole purpose of having a family, because that's like that was their whole premise. Like, oh yeah, just like make a family, you know, thing that you guys all share, and you guys, and then you can share games. So like only one person has to buy it, and then you can all take turns playing it, right? And it's like, yeah, that can be a good system. Now you actually have to meet, and then you can only keep it for 2 weeks. So if you don't beat it in 2 weeks, you have to do the whole process over again.
Right.
And it's like, that is just asinine. Just asinine.
Right.
And it's just Nintendo,
and it just kind of treats you like a child.
Way. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Nintendo, for whatever, and I don't know why. I don't know why they feel like they need to have control over something that I bought. And that's actually a new thing that's come up lately too, is that they they believe that you don't, like, there are people in the community that believe that you don't actually own the thing. You are just borrowing a software license, and that you don't actually own that. You don't own it physically. So, like, you know, you see all the games here, you would say, yeah, you bought those, you own them. Like, they're your property.
Right.
That's not how some developers view it. They view it as, yeah, you bought a license agreement to use it, kind of like Adobe. Like, I don't own the Adobe suite. Like, as soon as I stop paying for it, I don't own Netflix, right? It's not the same concept. Whereas, like, I own all my Super Nintendo games. They are my property. And so, and there's probably a lot of reasons they feel that way, because with things I own, I have the right to, like, for example, make copies of my thing if I want to, like, back up the software or back up the game, you know, whatever it is that I'm using to play the game with. And they probably don't want us to be able to do that, because that has caused, like, issues with, like, emulators and people just, you know, making money from the stealing and selling of intellectual property, which is fair enough. But most people just buy your stuff, and not to mention you're $1 billion industry, video games. Get over it.
Right.
Like, seriously, get over it. And if you don't want us to emulate, then you need to figure out a way for us to play games that we don't have access to anymore. If you don't want to figure that out, and you don't want to, and it wouldn't even be hard. Like, the Super Nintendo library, like, all games on the Super Nintendo, is not that much data. Like, you could hold it in a server and we could all access the server. Or why don't you just do this? You make a cart that has all the data on it, all games. Heck, even resell the Super Nintendo system like the SNES Mini that they did, but put every single game that has ever existed on it. Every single one. And then there won't be any need for anyone to emulate it, because they can just buy it. Done.
Right.
But no, you won't do things like that, because you're money grubbing pieces of garbage sometimes. And look, I think this is a great system. I love video games. I appreciate the work they do. I would love, if I could change my career, I would love to be a video game designer. I would love to work, you know, doing this stuff. That's what I would love to do.
Right.
However, similar to how I run our streaming thing, I do not believe, and this is, I think, a failure of, you know, we talk about the failure of our parents' generation. I think this is another failures of theirs. Then they might have come by it, you know, they might have come by it honestly, but they are the most money grubbing generation I think I've ever met in my entire life. Like, you don't need $1 billion, okay? I don't care what anyone says. You do not need $1 billion. And what I mean by this is, if you have all the capability to make $1 billion, that's wonderful. I like Musk, great. All these people, great. What I'm saying, though, is that you could, through your benevolence, which is a Christian idea, you could share your wealth in many ways, such as in your companies, there's just a lot of ways to do it without it being like tax. Like, because I don't believe in high taxes either, but the benevolence of people does not exist. And so, like Nintendo, for example, Nintendo could be like, you know what? We don't need to make $100 billion this year. Let's just make $50 billion. And so we'll sell the Switch 2 at $300 instead of $5. That's kind of what I mean.
Right.
Is like, when people say, you know, you can't raise prices of wages and stuff, well, it's like, well, that's not exactly true. Like, there is still the math. Like, the math needs to be done to determine if that's actually a true statement or not. So, like, if the Walton family makes, you know, if instead of them making, you know, $5 billion a year, they each make $3 billion a year, and they make only $3 billion a year because they raise the wages of everyone by, you know, X amount, right? It's like, well, then you should do that. That's literally my whole point, is like the benevolence of people is how you fix the solution in the situation. You know, but again, I do agree, though, there might be industries that the margins are very small, and so every margin, every place would have to be looked at, and that is fair. That is fair.
Right.
But the problem is we're not looking at it. We're not given that information. We don't know what the information is. So there's no real way for any of us to say, well, McDonald's can't raise wages to $15 an hour, and it's like, well, that's not necessarily true. Like, everything is a decision that they make. Now, do I agree, though, that it shouldn't necessarily be done at the point of a gun by the government? Yeah, I agree with that, because you should never give the government more power, because they'll never give it back. You know, a la the Patriot Act. It's like, so I don't disagree with that at all. But then the thing is like, if you want people, you know, like, you know how you, my opinion, you know how you stop revolutionists from being revolutionists? You don't give them a reason to revolt.
Right.
And so it's like, and that's easier said than done, but it's like, okay, what is like one of our, you know, what's one of the number one issues people come up with is like, well, I don't have enough money to, you know, to live or to help my family. And it's like, okay.
Right.
So if that's true, then we should be heavily concerned with that. And we should perhaps do more to, oh, look, we picked the same car. We should perhaps look more into it, is all I'm saying. And look, it could very well be that what they've been saying is true. That could be the case. I'm not saying it's not. But just like with any organization, the church, government, businesses, we would go a long way if we just actually had transparency. And that is honestly the only law that I would actually be in favor of making companies do. I think every single thing should be transparent. Like everything. Like there's no, if you're not doing anything that is illegal, why do you care that people know what you're doing?
Right.
And it should be everything. I don't care what it is. Every little thing should be, everything should be transparent. Like there should be a database or whatever that everyone can access, and we can be like, yeah, these are how the margins at Walmart work. This is how much blah, 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 blah. Like we should know every little detail. And then people will start acting right, because they won't want people to think badly of them. Because let's say that Walmart actually is like a front for the mafia. Well, there's probably a lot of people that would stop shopping at Walmart, so it would compel them to stop being in the mafia. You know, as a silly example. Obviously, I don't think they're in the mafia, but
right.
Transparency is always, I think, the only thing that I can like get on board with. That's like would be like government intervention, or things like, one thing I thought was like, okay, why don't you incentivize it? So it's like, okay, you will pay significantly less taxes as a business if you share this much of your revenue with your employees. And then you just show that you do that, right? And then you get a lower tax. You have lower taxes.
Uh-huh.
I think that's one way you could. So the government could still incentivize it, and it still be a choice from the company, right? Like it's still their choice, and you can incentivize them to do things that are, you know, and if they don't want to, then fine, then they'll pay whatever taxes it is. That's just an example of something that I think would perhaps work. But alas, I shall never be in charge of anything important other than my cute little family.
Right. Yeah, I mean, if you're transparent over everything, then the competition of that's what was going to happen.
Well, the competition would be in the transparency.
That it's just, oh, you took it.
Like people, because everything would be transparent, you would literally have to find ways to be competitive other than like,
I'm fine.
and that's kind of the thing too. That's where kind of my like, because like I've explained, I am a conservative socialist, and I know that breaks people's brains, but I am a socialist. Like, and I'm not like, I believe in capitalism, but I believe in the law of consecration as well. For those of you who are a member of the LDS faith, and I don't care what anyone says, the law of consecration is socialism with Jesus at the head. That's what it is. You can try and say it's not. It is. I don't care. Like, it is definitionally socialism. But obviously the difference is Jesus would be in charge. So it would be perfect. It's like, okay, fair enough. So we probably can't have that kind of socialism. But the more that we get to helping people get all the things, like I want everyone to have a Switch 2. I want everyone to have a house. I want everyone to have a truck if they want it. Like, that's kind of my point. And so, like, I don't care, like, this fascination that Americans have with, like, business, that, like, it is a untouched cow. I just don't agree with it. And I never have. I've never agreed with it. Not one bit. And, like, businesses should be for the common welfare as well of everybody. Not just for their own pocketbook. And there's ways to do it that you don't have to have the government intervene. That's kind of my whole point. Because that's what makes me conservative. I don't want the government really involved in any of it.
I'm in trouble, Mike.
Tyler, I thought I was so excited after the first race. I thought surely Tyler will be able to hold his position.
I have
and
finished.
This will be interesting.
I have
to
finished,
say the least. But no,
I have finished every round.
you have
until now.
You have let me down, sir.
Oh, yeehaw! There we go.
Yeehaw. Take that, blue shell. Worst item in the game.
Yes.
The dumbest, worst item.
Second place. From 12th to 2nd.
There you go. See, all you need is me making fun of you, and then you start pulling it out.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. That's why I never cease making fun of you so much.
Oh, no! No! Stay with it!
You were close. You were close, sir. You were absolutely seconds away from being eliminated. Oh, brother.
Someone got me good right at the end there. And I was nervous.
I was sweating bullets.
It really was.
Oh, good. Blue shell, huh? Perfect. So dumb. You know how much farther ahead I was than everybody? And then the blue shell came and said, nope.
Right.
Screw that business. What a joke. Absolute joke.
Whee! You're right in front of me.
I know. I was way further ahead. I'm not even in front anymore. Thank you, Blue Shell.
Oh.
So dumb. Absolutely just the dumbest item in the whole game. It almost ruins the game, in my opinion. Like, it almost makes this game not playable. You need to get over yourselves about the stupid Blue Shell, Nintendo. Like, oh, every little thing with that stupid shell is so dumb.
Why are we not going in like... Because I don't recognize any of this.
What do you mean? Like new level? Is that what you're saying?
Like, we're supposed to go in like a lap.
No, that's why it's a knockout tour. Tyler, have you not been paying attention to this whole thing?
Yes.
The whole point of this mode is that we are racing in a what would you call it? Like an elimination style race. Okay.
You barely beat me.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Gotcha.
And so think of it more like we're racing from New York to LA. And along the way, people get eliminated because they weren't,
right
at the right point.
Well, I was so close to being eliminated. That was awesome.
I was literally in first place for like 3 minutes. And then at the very end, Blue Shell. And then I never caught up. I never caught up after that.
Yeah.
Like, what car were they using? Oh, Rosalina.
Oh.
Hey, girl.
Looking good.
Looking good. Looking fly. Sure, let's try the lobster car.
How can I see the details? Why?
Oh my gosh.
All right, that one.
And what I mean by transparency, because I think I know what you're saying, or I understand. I'm not saying transparency as in like what they do.
Like their trade
Nintendo. Yeah, that's not what I'm saying by transparency. I'm saying financial transparency.
Oh,
that's all I'm saying.
Including churches.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
100%. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, no organization other than an individual household.
Right.
Like, no one else needs to know what I do, like, in my household, because I'm not, that doesn't affect anyone else besides my household. But no, I just financial. So yes, like everything else, like like Nintendo's proprietary, stuff. No, they own that, and that should be theirs to own. I simply just mean financial.
Oh.
And then you could honestly put all this stuff to rest, and then companies would compete with each other to have the best, because it's like Adobe, right? Adobe actually cares about the perception of their company. So they like literally compete with other tech industries for like who has the best benefits, for example. Like they literally do that. Teaching, they kind of do that, to be honest. Like one of their biggest pitches is like when you, especially as a math teacher, because everyone needs math teachers, they are always like, this is our thing, this is what, like, these are all the great things that we do. Yeah, and then when we go to like the beginning of the year stuff, every year they like have like, we're doing this and this thing for our teachers. Like, look how great we are. So they are competing for us to stay in Granite. Like they are. And every school district does that. Like they don't want, because like teachers are you're bleeding teachers now. And so
right,
they need teachers, and so that's like they have to market to us, which is good. That's a good thing. They should do things that like make their, employees want to stay and other employees come. So like, it's like you had mentioned, like, yeah, I thought about being a teacher, and both me and Brittany were like, that is a great idea. I think that is a great, fantastic idea. In fact, get your master's degree and then you'll make more money. So, finish that. It doesn't even have to be in whatever you're teaching. Mine's in economics, and I still get paid for it for being, in the master's track. So I make more money.
Right.
And it's like, but yes, I think you being a teacher is a phenomenal idea. And it's like, I can market that and I'd be like, yeah, come work at Hunter, come work at blah, blah, blah. Come in this is why Granite's good. This is why Jordan would be good, blah, 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 blah. And what's funny is like I applied to Juan Diego, and this idea is actually kind of what I'm talking about is like, so I got done interviewing. The first job didn't take because the guy decided to stay. So it's like, okay, that sucks. And that was the one that I really wanted, but he left or he stayed, right? So the thing is they were like, well, we can offer you a middle school math position. Look, you're in second place. Look at you.
Yeah, but
look at you doing things.
Yay.
I know. How are we catching up? How do we catch up to the guy in first? I don't know, Tyler.
I don't know.
Okay. So work with me here, big guy.
Okay.
If you let me get ahead of you, never mind. I had a red shell and I was like, we could tag team this together. Oh, you were so close. And I thought we could get him, but I lost my red shell, sadly. So never mind. Otherwise, I was going to have to tag you with it. But I did not want to do that because I did not want to ruin our collective chance to win. See,
yes.
Socialism in action. Oh, cool. What was I saying?
Come on.
Yeah, teaching.
Come on.
So I go and I go and interview. I go and interview for the math job, and I tell them, I'm like, look, I want to be a computer science teacher. So if you guys are okay with the fact that like I might not be here next year, like in the middle school, then yeah, we can discuss it. And they're like, yeah, that's fine. So we get through the interview. They sound like they're really interested. The high school was really interested in me too, but it's just because I was in first place. Now I'm in sixth. Now I'm in 12th because of the blue shell. The worst item in the game.
Uh-oh. I'm in fifth. Oh, I got hit by a red shell.
And so, so we get done with the interview, and it's like it went well. And they were, and I'm like, okay, like we got to discuss pay, because I'm like, I'm gonna make this much money, next year. And she heard that number, and she told me, she was like, I'm embarrassed to show you the number that we're gonna offer you, and it was $20,000 less dollars, and it's like they, it's a private school, and it's a Catholic private school, so they do get away with not having to pay people as much, because people, if you're a teacher, their whole thing is like, look, you're gonna teach kids that pay to come here, and so because they pay to come here, they're gonna be better behaved, and so because it's a Catholic church, the working for the church, I've heard this same kind of thing from them too, that they kind of expect you to take less money because you work for the church.
Right.
Which I don't agree with at all.
Right.
I think that's bogus. And all of it. I should probably be working at Juan Diego next year, but I'm not, because it was $20,000. And not only that, not only was it $20,000 less, my health insurance at Granite is about $300 and something, like $360 a month. And most of it is paid for by the school district, right? Well, if I went to Juan Diego, I would be paying $1,000 a month in health insurance. So when I did all the math and I shared this with them just so they knew, they had kind of a reference point. I was going to make every month, I was going to make 900, or every paycheck, I would make $900 less dollars than if I stayed at Granite. And it's like, there is no way that I can justify that.
Yeah, that's nearly half. That's a good rent amount.
Yeah. Yeah. More than half of my rent. More than half of my mortgage.
Right.
And it's like, now admittedly, we could do it because Brittany is going to work. And so we could do that. Or I could stay at Granite and make more money, and then
also isn't Juan Diego like, oh, I didn't make 4th place. Oh,
Tyler,
man,
you let me down.
Oh,
Now it's just me against these tools. I'll never
come on,
catch
man,
up.
you got this.
I'll never catch up. That's how this game works. There are a bunch of butt faces.
There can be a blue shell here. What does that do?
So that is your defense against a blue shell. It does a shock wave.
Oh,
It destroys anything that comes near you.
gotcha. Cool.
Remember to hit that like button. That'll help us.
And also, Juan Diego is like, it's like a half an hour commute from here.
Yeah, so
Right?
it's 100. It's like, yeah, it's like 25 minutes, 30 minutes. It's 100. It's in Draper. It's 100. So you're thinking of Judge, but it's literally just the opposite way.
Right.
So Judge would be 30 minutes to Salt Lake. Juan Diego would be about 30 minutes. I went from Hunter to there. So from my house, it's like 25.
Right.
So yeah, it's like, it's not just simply, it's not so simply done is the whole point.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
I'll be a baby Peach.
Usually Baby Peach is my thing. Why am I so terrible at this game?
I need some good speed.
That's really good acceleration. That's really bad top speed.
Right.
So, I don't know. I'm sure there are courses that do that would be a good thing to do. Courses maybe that have like a lot of turns, or if you get hit a lot, or expecting to get hit a lot. I don't know. That's the thing, is I barely got this game. Haven't played it, and we were on vacation.
Right.
And so I only played it once before we left, and I didn't want to take it because it was like, I would have been devastated. We were going to be with like 60 people and a lot of children. So it's like, I'm not risking one of those kids being an idiot.
Right.
And because I will make you pay for things that you break that are mine. Like,
right.
I don't care who it is, and I don't care if it's your kids either. And if you don't want to pay for it, we will not be friends anymore. Like, sorry. That's how I work. I'm more than happy not to forgive and forget, but I absolutely expect people to pay for things.
I think I'm in trouble with this game.
I think something bad's gonna happen. Why do you say that, Tyler? Why do you
just
say?
Just a hunch.
Just a hunch. Well, look, after we get out of the final scene from Greece, maybe everything will be okay. Blue shell away!
Oh my gosh, I am so slow.
Yeah, like you got a lot of acceleration, but you got no top speed at all. So it's like, it's hard to know. It's hard to, and one that's hard to know, like, because they don't, it's not like they actually give you like numbers, you know, because it never really seems to matter what kind of cart you get. It never really feels like you have like this car I'm driving supposedly has a ton of speed, but I'm in 7th place. Like, I don't feel like I'm pulling away from anyone. Now I'm in 13th place. Like, I don't feel like I'm making any ground. I don't know.
Golly. Yeah, if I could catch up to anyone.
And as soon as I get anywhere, I end up just
Oh my goodness.
right back where I was.
Right.
I get hit by something. I definitely am not using the drift boost as much as I should though either. So
There's boost.
yeah, so the R shoulder button, you jump, but it also, if you do it well enough, you start building energy and you drift. You drift and then you get a boost of, like, you get a speed boost. And if you go off jumps and you shake your controller, that also, when you land, you get a boost. So that's really why, like, it's been hard, because the computers, not only are we driving at the fastest speed, I think, if I remember right, they're like better, like the you know, they do all the things too with us. Yeah, so you should always use your boost on any turn that you can. Got to hit basically every boost on the ground. If you see a boost, you should use it. Coins also give you boosts, so the more coins you have, the faster you drive.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
So all those things come into it. And now they've added the rails. So anytime you see a rail that you can land on, you should try and land on it, and that is also a boost. And that's the problem with not having played a lot these tracks, because I don't know them at all. Like, it's new to me, and we keep doing a new track as well, just, you know, because I think that's fun. And so yeah, like, which is good. Like, you don't really want, I don't think you really want. What? I went the wrong way. Tyler. I thought I was so much further ahead than everyone, and I quickly am in 2nd place without any real belief that I am going to catch up. What a wonderful thing that has transpired. But yeah, what I was gonna say is that actually makes the game good. Like, you don't really want your game to, like, end because you're just so good at it and that you only have to do things once. Like, you want it to be a challenge. Otherwise, it's just, you know, it's not necessarily a fun game. You do want to be successful at it, though. And these stupid computers are really making it hard for me to enjoy this game. Like, for crying out loud, how do I catch up? Like, I'm not covering any distance on this person. None. I'm making up no ground. Oh, good.
Neither am I.
Oh, good. Hit every bus. That's the thing. That's the ticket.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. What's happened?
I have to get 4th place or better. And I'm in 8th.
Oh, Tyler.
Oh, they hit a semi. That semi's going to hurt.
Oh, about freaking time.
Come on.
I hit him with a red shell, and I still did not catch up to him. He's still ahead of me. Take that, you stupid Yoshi. I'm going to eat all your eggs, which means your children. All of them. Tyler.
Oh! This game. You get in 2nd place or 1st place, and then you just get rocked by a shell.
And then the stupid Yoshi uses a bomb. They don't ever give you anything good when you're in 2nd place. Oh. I hate my life. What a baby. What a little baby thing to say. Here I am playing a video game. I hate my wife. I didn't win Mario Kart. My wife sucks. Here I am in an air-conditioned house drinking orange soda like a 2-year-old. My wife is terrible. All right, so let's do some online play.
Oh, okay.
Or let's see how much this download will take.
You are
oh, it's gonna be bad. So we're gonna see how bad we really are. But that'll be fun for everyone, right?
Yeah, everyone will enjoy that.
Everyone will enjoy that.
Cool.
So I definitely recommend it though. Like if you like video games or your kids like games, Twitch 2 is pretty cool. And it's just what's cool about it too. So I played like Pokemon Unite on it. It runs phenomenally on it. Really? Yeah, like everything is better on this system. Whoop, not one player. Nope. Go back.
We should play a game or two.
Of Unite?
Unite.
Yeah, we can do that. Let's hit L and R. Yeah, we can do that. Let's see. Guess just race.
Do it.
I also don't know if like your character. I think your character that you choose also affects the stuff. Because like for some reason the acceleration is way down this, but the speed is up. So I think the character you choose actually affects speed and acceleration too. So there must be, I'm sure that I could look up a guide and be like, this is like the best.
Right.
Because that would, the Mario Kart 8,
combo.
there was that too.
Uh-huh.
But we can just drive around until the next thing. So you can just kind of see the thing. And yeah. There's also a mode where you just drive around the worlds and like there's like secrets to discover. So it's like there's a ton of stuff. There's a lot of stuff. You have to be together. We're just waiting for the next race to come. I don't know how long that'll take. Pat has joined.
Okay.
Good old Pat.
Oh. Don't know where you went. I'll go this way. What does that mean?
It means shut up.
I don't wanna.
I don't want to shut up. You shut up. No, you shut up.
I'm on this slope. Yeah, I mean, I'm doing pretty well in school.
That's good.
So. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I mean, for me, the job was never like when I grew up, when I was growing up, I always felt like it always seemed weird to me that anyone was going to pay me like a good amount of money to do things for them. Because, like, you just don't really think of it like that. And admittedly, I think we also don't teach our kids or people about what value is comparison to like the labor it takes. For example, we just had a roof done today.
Are we gonna?
And our roof, so they're gonna pick which one they want. Our roof cost $14,000. Okay.
Whoa.
And it looks good, great, whatever. It's gonna last. We got shingles that totally last for 50 years. Wonderful, whatever. Hopefully I'll be dead before our roof gives out. Because we're probably not moving anywhere.
Yeah.
And so
that doesn't really add value to the house. Like, it doesn't add.
No, it's just literally just because we had a leak, had to get one. Whatever. So that roof took, what was it? It was probably about 5 workers. And they started at 8 in the morning, and it took until 4:30 in the afternoon
To finish the whole thing?
to finish the whole thing, right? So, and that was tear down all the stuff, right? So it's like, okay, so whatever 5 divided by, 14,000 is, let's just say that's how much the roof, that's like the value per person that the roof is, right? Obviously it's going to a company, blah, 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 but let's just make the math easy. I go to work and I work most people work from 8 to 5, right? And they get paid what? A couple $100 a day.
Right.
So we have not taught well, in my opinion, the difference between value and labor. So and so then people will say things like, well, how long is it going to take you? And I'll pay you an hourly rate. And it's like, that is not how value works. Like, the value of a thing is whatever it is valued at.
Right.
So if it is valuable, for example, on the roof, that is $14,000, that's why it takes $14,000 to do the roof, even though that was an 8-hour day to do it. And like when you work for 8 hours in a day, you do not make, you don't make that much, right?
Right.
And so if you grow up with the idea that everything should be an hourly rate, I'm sorry, but you're wrong. Like, you don't understand value.
Right.
And it is something that like is learned and passed down, it seems like, from parents, because that's how they live. They live in an hourly rate world, right? Like, that's what they lived. And so like even little kids, like when we do things, we say, well, I'll pay you, so like come weed my garden and I'll pay you, X amount per hour. And it's like, no, you should just pay them whatever it's valued at. Like, the job gets done, and if they can do it in an hour, wonderful, good for them. And because you literally have incentivized them to not work hard. That's what you've incentivized them to do. You've incentivized them to not work hard. Because what they've learned is that the longer it takes me to work, the more money I will make. So I'm going to lollygag. I'm going to, right?
Right.
And that literally happens at work. Like, the reason why people don't work as hard as they possibly could is because instead of people being paid for the value that they, I know, right? This is online.
I was in third place, man. I was happy.
I was
Just
chilling.
happy.
I was chilling, and I was doing all the things.
I was doing it right, and then
I took 5th.
And then,
And then,
that's intense, man.
yeah. Well, and
That's
then you get
intense.
points. So the guy that's in first, he obviously
He obviously
played it a little
does
bit
this
longer.
as a job, yeah.
He's done it longer, yeah. Hello, Panda Squad gamer.
Oh boy.
So now our races won't take as long because we're in a group, which is good.
Sure.
But yeah, so it's like that is a major problem, I feel like, with society and how we determine value.
Right.
And it's like we need to do a better job. We need to do a lot better job of teaching entrepreneurial expertise. And the way we do that, we decided to we are going to go back to it to get to 120 stars, but we decided to take a little break for the love of our sanity. And so usually when we finish a game, we do more games like this, where it's just kind of goofing around. We'll probably play Pokemon Unite, if not one game today, probably. Well, I don't know, we're doing good at this. We'll probably play Pokemon Unite next week. And I can show you, it runs so much better. Like, so much better. Like, the frames are beautiful. It's really nice. I like it.
Pretty young.
But yeah, it'd be better. Being an entrepreneur would be, I feel like they should teach that just like as a required college class or as a required high school class. Like, if we're going to teach kids tech, we should teach them entrepreneurial stuff too. And hopefully you'd be able to get a teacher that like ran a successful business and like could really like show kids how to do that. Because these kids are not dumb.
No.
Like, my kids at Hunter are not dumb. They're just demotivated because of the way kind of life has been for them.
Right.
And it's like, so I get why they don't want to do math. And so it's like, we need to figure out ways in education to like help them see where they can succeed and like not be so like caught up in like, well, you got a C in math, so like that means you're not smart. And it's like, well, no, did they get an A in, what did they get an A in? Or did they get an A in art? Did they get an A in, what was their highest competency? And the thing is like, we need to motivate them to search for what their highest competencies are and then push them to those ends. Because there's room for people who want to be an accountant. There's room for people who want to be lawyers. There's room for people who want to be video game designers and for people who want to paint.
Right.
Like, there's room in our economy for all those things. And hopefully what we would teach them is how they can, like, say they want to paint. How do you turn that into a business? And like, there's no excuse nowadays because you have social media, you have YouTube, you have every way in the world to get recognized and seen in our economy. So like, we just need to teach kids how to utilize it all. That's what we need to be doing. And then also I think there's and I feel like this can be an issue within the LDS faith, and you probably have seen it too. But the whole prosperity doctrine that like makes it out to be like, well, you're righteous if you are like wealthy. And it's like, there's no doctrine like that. Like, that's not real. Like, Heavenly Father blesses people, but it's like, I do not feel like less of a person because I make the money I make as a teacher compared to my brother, who's a lawyer, whose house is honestly probably worth more than $3 million. So it's like, unless you're actually trying to convince people or tell me or whoever that he is a better human being, man, I got wrecked.
So did I.
Unless you're trying to say that people are better because they, have more money. It's like, then why are we focused on that?
Right.
Like, I have a really good life.
Yeah.
If you compare my life to the rest of the world, I'm probably top 10%. Like, there's a lot of people who don't have as much as I have. And I've been smart with my money and I'm not in debt other than the house. It's like, that kind of stuff. Or I guess we have debt with the truck too, but our payment's not very much. We own the Subaru. It's like, and that's what I try to teach kids is they're always like, well, how do I use this? And it's like, guys, I'm a math teacher and I've been able to support a family on a math teacher salary. And I have also been able to invest a ton of money and have I could have 3 more kids and they all still could have their own room.
Right.
And so it's like, and I wish I could have 3 more kids. I wish I could have 1 more kid. alas, doth the world. But, you know, I think you understand like what I'm getting at.
Yeah,
That's why I feel like I really think you should look genuinely into becoming a teacher. Like in all seriousness, I really think that you should go look after you finish your degree, because again, you can make more money with a master's degree. And you should really look into it. Like, the benefits are very good. You get summers off. Which is really great when you have little kids.
right.
And even more great because then me and you can go golfing once a week in the summer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And like you are doing a job that like works with kids that like, you know, and a lot of times there's a lot of people that the best adult that they knew was their teacher, and like you can be a part of that whole process, you know. I as well, even though I'm not pretending like I'm great or grand or anything, but I have had those moments of like the stand and deliver moments and the, you know, Dead Poet Society moments. Like they're few and, you know, far and in between, but yes, I have had them, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I've experienced those moments, and I've experienced moments of like helping a child who was, you know, no, I was in 5th and now I'm in 18th.
This game.
I know, especially online, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough.
They are not nice.
No, they are not. And so it's like, it's rewarding. And I think you would really I feel like you would really like
Excel.
Dive into that part of it, really, like the idea of like helping kids. And like I feel like you would be a good teacher. I feel like people would want to have you as a teacher. And it's like you know, obviously any new thing is like a transition, but you have me and Brittany that can help you with those transitions. So it's like, it's not like you'd really be on your own. And usually most schools have a way of like helping new teachers anyways. Like they're pretty good at it, you know, or they're about it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Even me, when I switched to Granite, they put me on provisional, which is kind of silly because I've already been teaching for 4 years. So even me, they had like ways to like help me, and my principal was really good about that. And I've really liked how she's always talking to me and like just tell me what you need, and like she's always willing to like, you know. And admittedly, it's because I do all my other stuff, you know. It's like I do attendance and I'm not late, and I like coach a sport, so it's like, you know. And then you could coach too,
right?
You know, you could find something to coach, and that'd be fun.
I would hate coaching. Parents are the
well, then never
worst.
mind. Don't coach. Make a club. But yeah. And you get a pension. That's also nice.
Yeah.
So I do a pension and a 401k. So I will be, and Brittany will also contribute to her own 401k as well. When we retire, we'll be pretty set.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
And we invest on the side as well.
Right. So I put about $700 into the stock market. Oh, okay. Like, dude, we started. Anyway, so I put $700 into the stock market, and I lost.
You lost.
Like all the way down to like $500. So I was getting rocked.
So you just bought, you didn't like short sell. You What?
Yeah, I was
Okay.
trying to just kind of practice and
Sure.
figure out what I'm doing.
Uh-huh.
Um,
What did you buy? Like, did you buy a stock?
I bought Tesla and
Okay.
a few like tech stocks,
Sure.
and so I got killed, and then
That's funny.
I was talking to my dad, and he's like, "Yeah, I follow this guy that was kind of." Oh gosh, how did they get that jump? Anyway, so I started following this guy that like makes millions on his stuff, and so he just so so anyway, I went from after following him, I decided only to buy one stock, two stocks, and I went from being down 500 to being up to like 820.
Good.
So, there was a time I was tracking my numbers. I am like averaging 1% a day.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And I was like, I wonder if I averaged 1% every day, how much would I have in like 30 years? It was like $300 billion.
Yeah. Right.
It was,
Right.
I'm not even joking. Holy crap. Okay, bus, get out of my way. Ugh.
Yeah, that's one of the things I teach my kids is about compound interest, because I tell them, look, I can help you be a millionaire. It'll take a while because I don't do it. It's not a quick rich quick scheme that I'm employing, but I can tell you by the time you retire how to be a millionaire. Yeah, I just follow the Buffett Ramsey thing. I found dividend paying ETFs.
Yeah.
And all I do is invest in those. And and I tell people, and I tell Britt, it's like, if you look at the stock market and you buy just on the S&P 500, it'll dip and go up and go down, but it's on an upward trajectory and has been on an upward trajectory for years.
Right.
And so the thing is like, ETFs are nice because it's like you have a broker that is doing all the work, and then you get paid dividends, and then I just reinvest the dividends as soon as I get them. Right. Because the thing is if you invest in the S&P 500 and everything goes to pot, that means everyone is done. Like, most likely though, and this is what's hard for people, is when you go in, you basically are saying, I am leaving this money and I am never, ever going to touch it. Not until it's like actual time to like retire. Like you literally say to yourself, I have put this money in and I will never touch it. Like, I will never touch it. So it's just like, it's gone now. It's not money anymore. And so like, and that's what people struggle with, because they see the dips and they're like, oh no, I got to get out because I'm losing all this money. It's like, it will go back up.
Right.
Like, just wait.
Right.
Just wait. And that's why if you invest in like the S&P 500 or in ETFs, you just wait. Just wait.
And so I read online that 76% of the time the S&P 500 is going up.
Yeah, right. It does this.
Right.
It's like a roller coaster that's just constantly going up, and then it dips and dives and dips and dives, but it's still in an upward trajectory. And so it's like, that's what people like. That's what people don't get. So like in 2008, when we had the housing crisis, right? We'll just do one. When we had the housing crisis and let's say you lost half of your money, right?
Right.
And so you're like, well, shoot, I lost half of my money. So you went from $100 to $50, right? And then a couple years later, you gained half of your money. Well, that you haven't gained back what you lost. So if you lose 50%, that means you went from 100 to 50. If you then gain 50%, that means you went from 50 to 75. Mm-hmm. And people don't get that. They don't understand math. They don't understand basic math.
Right.
And so it's like, again, like when you invest, unless you're a day trader and like, look, there's people that are really good at it. I am not. I tried it. Didn't work.
Right.
Did not work for me. If I were going to try to do day trading again, I would literally make like an account. I would say, okay, I'm gonna invest $1,000 a month, but I expect to lose all $1,000, and
right.
It would be just like I would try. It'd almost be an exercise in just trying to figure out how to invest in the best way that I like. So indicators, whatever, right? I would probably use AI as well. I'd be like, I would probably look at it and be like, hey, this stock dipped, like what's the likelihood, and I would try and like leverage AI to do it. And that would be fun. I don't even think that's a bad idea. And you don't even do $1,000. Start with 50. Right. Like I'm gonna buy $50. I'm gonna use $50 to invest in whatever. Doesn't even matter what it is. The Forex market, which is the dollar market, right? So like currency. Mm-hmm. And just do that. And that's a perfectly reasonable, that's a perfectly reasonable start for anyone to get in. Haha, that was my green shell, Birdo. You stupid cow.
Not everyone can day trade. You had to have some money backing you. Does that make sense?
Well, no, just do it with $50. You can make penny bets. On the Forex market, you can literally make a bet that is 2 cents. But if you just want to learn how to day trade, just do that. You buy 2 cents of whatever it is you want to day trade. And then from there, and that's what I mean is it's like day trading, I would not like, there are people that have made millions of dollars on it, and that's great. If you can do that, perfect, do that. But if you are going to start day trading, I would literally start with some amount of money that you don't care if you lose it all.
Right.
And then try it, see if you can be successful, and then you build from there. Right. But you're right. In order to make a living off of it, you have to have a lot of money. Right. You have to have you at least need to be trading probably around like $50,000, like that you can trade with. And that's some people's yearly salary to begin with. So who has that money to do that? Well, nobody does. No, like middle America does not. And that's why most middle Americans are not day traders.
Right.
And day trading is tough. Like, because for all no one beats the market. No one. All those money managers that like brokers and do all those things, not a single one of them beats the S&P 500 or the Dow. No one does. Like they just don't. They can pretend they do, they don't. But also, and you know this as well, if you want to make a lot of money, you have to take risks. So if you are risk averse, you're probably not going to make a ton of money. And that's, there's nothing wrong with that. Like,
Right.
again, I have a very nice, comfortable middle class life, and I like my life. I don't care. I'm not looking to become rich. Like, if I knew how to become rich, I would do it. But guess what? I don't. And so I'm not going to worry about it. I'm rich in a lot of other ways that a lot of people are not, especially people who are rich with lots of money. I have a lot more things that are more important than those people have. So I think all those things are just, maybe people get a little too involved with them, I guess is my point. And if you're Christian,
Get him.
we all know what Christ talked about when he talked about wealthy people. Like, if Christ believed that it was harder for, a camel to fit through the eye of a needle, which meant an eye of a needle was actually a thing. Like, it was the little door that merchants used.
Right.
So it wasn't like the eye of a needle that we think of, but again, a camel couldn't fit in it. And he's like, it would be easier for a camel to fit through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter heaven. Okay, so if you're a Christian and you believe in heaven, like, being wealthy is not a sin, but Jesus taught that there's something to it that he was trying to warn us about, was his point. Like, there was something about being wealthy that was going to cause or has caused or will continue to cause people a lot of pain and a lot of misery. And again, what is true, like, wealth? Like, how do you measure wealth? I measure wealth in something very different than maybe some other people do. And I personally am not really interested in, I don't know, that life. Some lives that people have that are like ultra rich, like, yeah, they do a lot of cool stuff, and I'm not saying they don't, but it's like the amount of stress that it seems to, like, also cause them, the strife that it seems to cause their kids as well. Like, that doesn't seem like what I want. My goodness. How about I just get destroyed by everybody on every little thing? My goodness gracious.
I'm not doing too bad.
Yeah, you're not. Saw that coming.
Shoot. Come on. Get
Yeah,
up
I
there.
can just not find the car that is going to be the best.
Oh.
Good old lightning bolt. Oh, that's a dinosaur.
Yes, it is.
Brother. Yeah, I'm in 9th freaking place, bro.
Oh, I was in first for like 2 seconds.
Was it a blue shell?
I think so.
Yeah. What do we think of blue shells?
Oh, and then I got blown up. First. Down to 6th. I'm doing great.
First, baby. Take that, game.
Well done, dude. That's a good game, man.
Yeah. Still behind Birdo, the stupid. Hate you, Birdo. Everyone hit the like button. That's how people will see us
And subscribe.
and actually come and enjoy the game.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, it's right.
I don't know what's going on, but I keep getting boosted. Oh, awesome.
I keep falling behind. Yeah, I really don't know like how speed is really like done because
Right.
I don't know. Because I don't feel fast at all. I feel super slow. And it doesn't feel like I'm ever like catching up to anybody. What the freak? Where did we go? The people who made this, holy crap, were they high on mushrooms?
It might have been.
Ugh.
Oh. How do you go from like 6 to 9?
I still didn't get there. Sent out a blue shell and I still didn't get there in time.
Worst. I did all right.
Freaking Birdo.
Got 7th. Frickin' Birdo. Berto. Chat with us. Subscribe. We're all pretty good people.
Well, we love you, everybody. We'll probably call that a night. You guys are great. We still need to do last week's videos
Yeah. I timestamped you some
and
stuff.
shorts. Yeah. And then I'll have Tyler look over this one again and send me some more.
Mm-hmm. And,
We love you.
yeah.
Think about your life and what real wealth is. And go search for that thing. Have a good week, everyone.